Welcome back. You're watching Headlines Now. Chennai generates over 3,600 tons of garbage every day, 10% of which is organic. What many would not know, although, is that organic waste too becomes hazardous if not handled properly and carefully. The Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board now thus plans to launch a drive to collect this waste and convert it into manure. Our senior correspondent Pir Mohammed tells us more about this initiative. Coimbatore market alone generates over 150 tons of organic waste every day. When this waste goes to the dump yard, the high moisture content in it putrefies the other waste around and fills the air with foul odor and bacteria. This becomes a source of diseases. People living near Perungudi and Kodangio dump sites have been privy to this for years.
Food waste, when it putrefies, it is unscientifically, it decomposes, generate lot of landfill gases. In that, methane and CO2 is predominant. Methane is very predominant. The methane is having 22 times of polluting potential.
The Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board has now set its eyes on undoing the damage caused over the past years. A tall order, yet worth trying. The department has instructed hotels, marriage halls and industrial canteens to get organic waste converters installed in their premises. This effort would reduce the quantity of waste that finally reaches the landfills. Besides, the compost generated by the waste converters will go back to the farmers as soil conditioners.
Pollution Control Board also, by enforcing its legislation through State Environmental Impact Assessment Authority, when they process the huge big industries, hotels and other commercial establishments, shopping malls, where they are coming for this clearance, environmental clearances, they impose the condition that they have to establish the organic waste converters before commissioning their activity.
Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board's new initiative to get organic waste converters installed in hotels and canteens is a big step towards a waste-free Chennai. Such steps would make Chennai more livable. In Chennai, Pir Mohammed for Ndtv-Hindu.
Now, do you think you can shop or chill out with friends only at a mall or restaurant? Well, it perhaps is time for change. The local MRTS will be in for a makeover and you could probably do all those things at your own MRTS station. Our reporter Ashmit tells us more.
As a modern transport system for a metropolitan city, the mass rapid transit system has fallen short of expectations on many counts. However, if the authorities are to be believed, things are beginning to change for the better. The Southern Railway has finally begun to act on a 20-year-old plan of exploiting the space available at the MRTS stations. Even as the real estate sector continues to take a beating, the Railways is bullish about its plan to develop stations as commercial hubs.
There are certain stations which are now itself in a very prominent and strategic location, as you said. But other stations also, once the traffic picks up and once the city develops in a few years' time, it may become a congested area and also a very and it may be a very good area from commercial point of view.
Real estate consultants too see a unique opportunity and are backing the plans.
Location-wise, most of these MRT stations are within the city, so location is very good for most of the stations. In terms of catchment, extremely good catchment. You have upper middle class, upper class, middle class, all around these stations.
Offering access and location as the USP, the Railways believe that the stations have much to offer to the potential clientele. Even the early indicators have been positive and the railway authorities pointed to a positive feedback from the markets.
A large number of retailers and office people, bank people, private offices, they have in fact inquired.
However, experts warn that the oversupply of commercial space could act as a dampener. They also advocate for a research-oriented and planned approach for tapping the markets constructively. Moreover, the problem of slow pace of work compounded by a bureaucratic regime acts as a major hindrance. The onus is now on the authorities to ensure that the plans stay on track. From Chennai, this is Ashmit Kumar for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, on to some national news now. Curfew was reimposed in the Mysuma area of Srinagar and other 3 districts, Anantnag, Pulwama and Sopore in the valley this morning after clashes between protesters and security forces. Srinagar and the rest of the Kashmir Valley woke up to a peaceful morning though, but after a night that passed off without any major incident. Despite curfew being relaxed for the first time in 3 days, curfew was relaxed to enable the people to offer prayers overnight at Srinagar's Hazrat Bal Shrine for the Sabhe Mehraj, one of the holiest nights in the Islamic calendar. But this morning was marred by violent clashes. Meanwhile, the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah spoke exclusively to NDTV and said that the army has not been used in the valley and is only on standby.
The decision to deploy the army was taken under extremely difficult circumstances in which the mood of the people was very raw. At no point in time were the army engaged by the people. At no point in time did the army get into any confrontation with the people. Since the decision to deploy the army was taken, they came out all of 2 days. And fortunately, touch wood, so far, we haven't had a serious incident of trouble. I think the decision was the right one, and the result was what we had hoped it would be. Now, it's not a decision that was taken lightly, and nor do I hope to ever have to take a decision like this for the duration that I'm Chief Minister.
Now, barely 2 days after Congress MP Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy started his controversial Odarpu Yatra, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Minister K. Rosaya, who was against the Yatra, has told at NDTV that Jagan is young and needs proper advice. UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi was also said to be unhappy with Jagan's Yatra, but Rosaya says Jagan is free to go on this trip.
According to him, I have not inquired from any other source. According to him, he says Srimati Sonia Ji, President of the Congress Party, is not inclined for this type of yatra. He further said, still I am going. That means he is a young boy with a lot of future. He needs proper advice. I don't think this is a very serious matter which will be considered by the Congress High Command as a defiance.
A day after Kanpur boy 8-year-old Aman died on the way to hospital after being delayed by the Prime Minister convoy, UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi has expressed concern over the matter and asked for action to be taken. In a letter to Sonia Gandhi, Aman's mother had stated that roads had been blocked for the PM's visit to IIT Kanpur and claimed that the diversion turned what should have been a 5-minute journey to a hospital a kilometer away into a 1-hour drive, because of which the kid died. UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi has now asked for action to be taken in this matter. Now, it may well be a pressure tactic, but sources say that the NCP is sending out a strong message to its ally at the centre, the Congress, by announcing that it plans to team up with the CPM in Kerala and for assembly polls. NCP also says that it's open to similar political fronts in other states like Orissa and Uttar Pradesh. So far, the Congress has refused to respond to the revolt, but does this set the stage for a split within the UPA? Well, the sources say the NCP's decision is aimed at sending a strong message and definitely cannot be ignored. Well, time to take a short break, but on the other side, so close yet so far. Close is a goal away to making history. Will he manage to create a record despite his injury?